everybody, and welcome to Chat with Trina. Today, I am chatting with LaDell Hedro of Smooth Flava, Atlanta.
Alrighty then. Hello, Mr. Headr.
Gotcha. Hey,
What are you up to? What you looking at?
some just came on saying leaving. Oh, continue. Okay, I'm tripping. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm up to doing nothing but sitting here chopping it up with you.
Good. Okay. Well, everybody, I just want to say thank you for joining, watching Chat with Trina today. I'm here with, and I'm gonna say his name right. I got it all together now. LaDell Hedro. I used to call him Headro, but it's Hedro. I got it now. I'll never forget it. So I want to know something I've always wanted to know is where did you get your name from? Like, are you named after somebody? Is it your mama and your daddy name together?
Yeah.
Okay.
My father was John L. Hedro. His middle name was LaDell, so they used to call him John L. Growing up in California, I had a few people that. Well, let me give you the quick story, but the real story.
Uh-huh.
My mother left my father when I was very young. I was 6 years old. He died when I was 9.
Oh, wow.
With that being said, I knew his name was John, so for a minute, I wanted to change my name and start being called John to represent him. Well, she didn't really change it, but I was going by it. So a lot of people will call me John Dale. So that's how that was another nickname of mine in California was John Dale or JD.
Okay.
Then that was little, and when
that was your other life.
Well, no, yeah. In the 8th grade, I had a partner named Pistol who gave me the nickname Head. They couldn't find no L's when they were about to put the Dale on my helmet, football helmet. So he came back with Head. And so for a while, you got people that would call me Head. And then when I got to the 9th grade, an older cat by the name of Andre Alexander, he was a senior, he just came out and said Dro. So I've had all kind of nicknames that had to do with my name. Never was no black and different. My nicknames always had to do with my name until I got to college.
Okay.
Then it was Cali, Frisco, because I was representing California. I've always had just regular nicknames.
Okay,
my name.
And little Pookie, nothing like that.
No Pookie, no Moo Moo, none of that kind of stuff.
So where did you grow up at and go to school?
Born and raised in San Francisco.
Okay.
I never went to school in my neighborhood. Lived in all black neighborhoods. My mother sent me to white boy schools. I kind of rebelled. So they thought I was getting in trouble. I just wasn't, just rebelling about being, so I know how to be around the colonizers, Caucasians, whatever. But then I didn't go to schools with brothers until I got to be a 9th grader.
Gotcha. So you went to a predominantly white school for a while.
Until I got to high school. Then she finally let me, she was trying to keep me out the streets because she was a single parent mother. And so most of the time I went to school maybe miles away. I had to catch bus. Yeah. And we didn't have the yellow bus. I caught the city bus.
City bus.
Yeah. So I would just.
Wow. So do you have brothers and sisters? I don't mean to cut you off. Oh, gosh.
Okay. So that was one of the reasons.
That's why you spoiled.
I'm not spoiled at all. And I moved out here to Atlanta with was like my big brother.
Oh, okay.
So I had a bunch of uncles and cousins that were older than me, nobody my age. So I hung out with older people in the family.
I can see that. So when you went, because I had a similar upbringing for a while before my parents got divorced. So when I left the white schools, my parents got divorced, I went to a black school, and I was called an Oreo because of how I spoke. So I had to teach myself how to change and know how to talk and say hey instead of hi, how are you? I had to say hey. Did you have that issue at all?
When I was 1st grade and 2nd grade. So quick story. I was born in San Francisco, but I moved to Texas at 2 years old. My mother left my father when I was 6. I only spent 4 years there. So that was, between 2 and 6 is when I'm learning how to talk and all that. So when I came back to San Francisco in the 1st grade, I didn't really sound white, but I was country. So, you know, and we take country as being white, being in the city.
Right.
So, cause I went to black school in Fort Worth. I didn't start doing the white boy thing until I got to back to California.
Okay.
That's when I say I'm born and raised. I was born there, but I was raised there. Cause 4 years at 2 to 6, what did I know? I just know how to eat graham crackers and So.
Okay. That's interesting.
When I went to high school, I went to the hood school. So it kind of changed where I went from being around all these Caucasians to I'm at a hood school.
Yeah. So you had to adjust, I'm sure, though, a little bit.
Just going to school. I lived in the neighborhood.
That's right. Okay. That's the difference. That's the difference. Then you still were surrounded by.
Yeah, I lived in a black neighborhood. I just went to predominantly white schools.
Okay. Did your friends ask why you was over there? Why you went into that school?
They did.
Okay.
They did. Okay. And I can only say that's why my mother sent me. Yeah. When I got older, when I'm talking about out of high school, my friends said your mother did a good job. They was like, man, I got partners still in the same place. They was like, man, your mother was a good mother. Good. So I appreciate it.
For that, making that decision. We don't always understand it at the time, but so you have 3 kiddos, I think. Am I right?
Yes. 5 years apart. 30, 25, 20. Girl, boy, girl.
And I know you have a son that's in the Navy.
He on his way to Hawaii, July 10th.
Oh, really? So he's enjoying doing that?
He ain't complaining. He just came and visited me maybe last month. He was in Virginia. He left Japan, went to Virginia, did some kind of school in there. Now he's going to do his job in Hawaii. Okay.
So I know that your profession is barbering. What made you choose that career?
Well, I started cutting hair in the 9th grade. Just around. And I did it at lunchtime or after school. And then by the time I was in the 10th grade, people were coming to the house and I was cutting in the garage. I've had a job since the 8th grade, working daycare centers and rec centers and all that kind of stuff. I always dealt with people. So when I was at TSU, I ended up having my second child. I quit school, started working for the juvenile. First I was at the YMCA. Went to juvenile and started doing that. After doing juvenile for so long, excuse me, I didn't want to work for nobody no more. I had a partner who was being a barber. He hooked me up, told me where I need to go. Went and did that. Got my license. I was doing the juvenile thing / cutting hair. And finally I just said, I'm just going to put my faith in my occupation, what I went to school for. And became a barber. So I was a full-time barber in 2000. I was cutting hair and working at juvenile in 99. And I've been working at the juvenile since 94. Okay.
Didn't know that either. See, this is why I do that. So you left here. So you came here from San Francisco?
I came in 89.
Okay, then you went to Dallas.
Played football in 90. Stayed in Houston until 96.
Okay.
Moved to California in 96. Came back in 97. Then moved to Fort Worth in 2001 and came back in 2006.
Okay. So this is more your home than DFW, Fort Worth.
Yeah. Houston, I spent more time in Houston than I did. I only did 5 years in Fort Worth.
Okay.
But my mother stayed there. So when I went there, that's who my original father, or my biological father, was from Fort Worth.
Oh, okay. So then after barbering, then you found dance. So apparently you didn't find that here.
I found it when I moved to Fort Worth in 2002.
Okay. How did you find it? What made you decide to do this?
Every man's story to a certain degree.
I already know.
What you know? What you know?
I heard that. You tell it, the story.
I went to a club. It's 2 reasons. I went to a club out there called Jamie's. And Fort Worth is not like Houston. They blood and cripping and they was really thugged out.
Oh, really?
I went to the club and I'm like, man, I was like 30, 31, 32, whatever. I was young. And I can't do this. This ain't my get down right here with this. throwing up the gang signs while they dancing. It's an invisible line that ain't nobody cross, but they talking to each other.
Right.
So I went to Cristal, and it was on a Sunday, and it was swinging out. It was this dude, and I swear to you, he was sweating like crazy. You know, like, ugh, get off me.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't have no hair right here. You know, he missed some hair. And he might have been missing a tooth in the front. But he came off the floor, wiped his face, and was standing next to me. And this girl, and I'm thinking I'm fly. At this time, you know, I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
She walked at me, and I'm like, and she walked right by me and asked that dude to dance. I saw, no, I got to learn how to do this. Then the second thing, I met this young lady. This is a crazy story. I met her. I didn't know how to swing out. So I said, I'm going to learn how to swing out. I was kind of learning how to swing out, and she gave me the boo-boo look like, what are you doing? You know, I wasn't that good at it then. I mean, so I brought her to a club I was at where I was taking lessons, and she danced with everybody but me. Like I was frustrating her, but I didn't know what I was doing. You know, make a long story short, I saw her later on in life, maybe a year later, and now, year and a half, I'm a teacher.
Oh.
The same woman who, let's dance, but didn't want to dance with me.
Right.
Now she wants to dance with me.
Did you dance with her?
I did.
Okay.
I gave her a dance, but I ain't that kind of person. She didn't get the action, because the action I wanted when I was trying to holler at her, I wasn't getting.
That was gone.
So now I'm gonna give you a dance, but you don't get the same kind of action.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, since I couldn't dance back then.
Wow.
Let's see. Now, I know so you started dancing. Who did you take your first class from?
Hitman Johnson. He's deceased now.
Now,
so my second class.
where was he teaching at?
Club Ice.
Okay.
In Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
Then there was another dude named Turbo T. He would teach on Sundays. So I went there. So I was taking class on Wednesdays, or was it Thursday, 1 or 2, and then Sundays with Turbo T.
Okay.
After I graduated from Hitman, the dude by the name of Keith who was in class with me.
Okay.
And he's like, man, let's go to Dallas. This is a lady named AP, Angie Jones. She got a class. There's some women up there. I'm like, I'll ride with you. Went up there, and I took her class maybe 2 months. She was going to have a graduation. Since I'd already graduated from Hitman class, I was a little ahead of the scale. And so I graduated from class too. And when I left her, I came to, somehow I met Champagne. And went to her class, and I became her sidekick. After I graduated, she kept me on, like, she would ask me to help her out. And next thing you know, she said, I'm going to pay you to teach. And I'm going to help you out. So I was just teaching the beginners, the men, only the men. Then she taught me how to do the woman's side. And that's when I started getting paid.
Okay.
And I was making a nice little pension.
Wow.
Believe it or not, so when I came to visit my son when he was like in the 6th grade. He was playing football, and I was missing. So I said, I'm coming back. I gave myself 6 months to get my money together. I saved all the money I made from a swing out class to move back to Houston. True story.
Wow.
And we had classes 3 days a week. Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sunday. So you do the math. I'm getting $50 a class. I'm $150 a week.
Yeah. Wow. That was nice. So you, the women, the money, and then just dancing. So you all rolled up in one.
Yeah. I don't want to put the women in that. I want to put, it was nice money. Well, yeah, but you don't know how hard, if you're an instructor, I don't know about for the women, but if you're a male instructor, a lot of people think you get all the women, but you don't. Because women have that, it's kind of like you got this status. It's something that like you, but it may not be the one you want, but the one you want don't want you because they feel like you got too many women on you.
Yeah. And
so if you in a spot where like you really don't get what you want all the time.
Okay. So you left there, so you saved up your money, you came back to see your son. Your son was here?
My son was in Houston.
Oh,
my 2 young children are from Houston.
Okay, because you was at TSU. Okay. I didn't realize, okay. Was that the main reason you, That's
the main reason I came back. I didn't want somebody else raising my son. And I didn't just want him on the summer. I didn't want him and my daughter, but really my son, because, he needs that male figure.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be
Absolutely.
where I only see him in the summer and holidays. I
Yeah.
want to be here full time.
So you didn't move here to teach swing out.
When I got here, Tim, your partner Tim, wanted me to take over his what they call upscale
Swing.
scheme. He wanted me to take it over, and I had to talk with my mentor, Miss Champagne, and she was like, "Start your own stuff. Don't do that."
Yeah.
And just so happened, when I came back, it was confusion. Not putting them out there under the bus.
That was around that time. Right.
It was confusion, and they split up and became Houston Bayou.
Houston Bayou. Okay. And so I'm gonna see if I have it right. I may have it backwards. So the way you got your name, Smooth Flavor SF, you told me one time, and make sure I'm right, that most people thought it was about Smooth Flavor, right? But it's really San Francisco, or do I have it backwards?
You had that right, but it really wasn't that. A DJ by the name of, what's that DJ name? Not Robert, Rockin' Robin, DJ Rockin' Robin. He said, man, you out there just being fly. You super fly. So the SF really came from super fly.
Super fly.
I took that and started thinking, how can I put the SF? Because I saw the SF being in Miami being from San Francisco, and that's why I made it. Really is representing San Francisco, but it's also representing, like I tell people, I may not be the best dancer, but it's gonna be hard to out smooth me out there, and that's my whole thing. You get older, it's about being smooth. When I was Fort Worth dancing and Dallas dancing is different. The people in Dallas dance to more like a competition dance. They always compete. People in Fort Worth are just being smooth, the old cats with suits on, and just. So I learned there, but even though I taught Fort Worth, Arlington, and Dallas, I taught in all three cities, but it was about being smooth.
Definitely. I think sometimes I probably get in trouble for saying it, but I think sometimes that's the part that that may turn some people. It turns me off sometimes, because sometimes I just want to go kind of dance and just dance. Because I'm not into all the other stuff anymore, the little play stuff. I just want to dance, and it seems like that. Yeah. For me, I get intimidated sometimes because they'll be doing all the stuff on the floor, but I just want to go enjoy myself and just hang out and just dance. What?
Social dancing, you want a social dance. And social dancing should be different from
I don't want to compete.
For a competition.
Yeah, I don't want to compete on the floor. I don't want to do that.
Right.
And
that became popular when I first got here because of the Houston two-step. Houston two-steps, like every time I saw them dancing, besides Sharp.
Ken Sharp.
Ken Sharp. Everybody else was like they was in a competition by that time. You know, when I first met Red, I'm like, man, he's doing the most. You know, I'm not knocking Sap, but it's like they was in a competition. And that was at the that wasn't even Red Rooster. That's where y'all first started teaching y'all I'm gonna tell you, McGregor's Place.
Yes. People forget about McGregor Place.
Right. So I saw them all. They was like, man, you know, I was trying to move out the way. I always take my little dance and go to the back. And the first person I think I danced with out there was Cheryl, line dance queen. She said, "Do you do that Dallas swing?" I said, "Dallas swing," and that's when I started. It's 2006 now. Coming out of my mouth, I told the world the dance was started in Fort Worth. So I'm not gonna say Dallas swing. I will say DFW.
Okay.
Now other people have said different things, but look at the time limit. See, find out when they were calling it DFW. I did it in 2006 at McGregor's Place.
So
and you can ask her.
Well, I get that, but let me ask this. So, and this is new for me because I'm thinking it's all DFW. I thought it meant Dallas swing out, DFW swing out. No.
Right. So when somebody says Dallas, for instance, I'm gonna use the example of you heard of Beaumont swing, right? Who does that dance?
The people in Beaumont.
And Port Arthur.
Oh, okay.
And Orange. But the name, it started in Beaumont. So if somebody would say you do that Port Arthur swing, that'd be doing a discredit to Beaumont who started that dance.
I see what you're saying.
Somebody says what they call the triangle. What's that area down there called?
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
So somebody would just say, we're just going to call it the triangle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not knocking Port Arthur or Orange,
Gotcha.
but it's also giving Beaumont their credit. So when I started saying DFW, that's because the dance, I had to make sure Fort Worth was in there.
Makes
and
sense.
So then it took off and became DFW swing out. Because when I lived in Dallas, Fort Worth, we didn't say DFW swing. We just said, well, you swing out.
Swing out.
Because everybody's, just like when you live in Houston, you say you two-step.
Yeah, but do you know I've ran into people and you say, hey, I don't know. They'll say, well, hey, come dance with me. Somebody you don't really know. And you say, well, I swing out. What do you do? Whatever. And they'll say, well, I swing out. But they're just talking about swinging out. Well, that's what y'all doing. That's not swing out. But I guess this old school dancing,
Right.
they called everything swing out,
Right.
you know?
Right. That's the point. So I can't say you two-step because Kansas City got a two-step. So you have to put that, you Kansas City two-step, you Philly two-step, you Houston two-step. You got to see where it's coming from.
That's true. Because it's all different. See, that's why Zydeco's so easy. It's just Zydeco.
Right, because there's no other Zydeco.
Yeah. So do your kids dance? Have they seen you dance? How do they feel about you dancing?
My son does a little bit. My son's only one. He's the only one that's interested in anything.
Okay.
The rest of them, okay.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they enjoy? They've seen you dance though. What do they think? The girls.
My my oldest daughter was like, yeah, you know,
Like whatever.
She's a Delta, so she's really into her
that stuff.
sorority and all that kind of stuff. My youngest daughter used to be there, and she would do it because she was so young at times. She may have been like 5 or 6.
Uh-huh.
As she took her own identity, and she doesn't really care.
That's not her thing. Okay. Yeah, neither one of my kids want to have anything to do. That's why I like seeing Letitia's daughter, and it's another lady, Defandra, her son is, and I was like, oh, I wish my kids would have gotten into it like that, but they had no interest. So the Urban Dance-a-thon was something that came about. Where did that come from? Why did you start doing that? Am I saying it right? Urban Dance-a-thon?
You're right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Events were being held, and I was naive at one time. It was just about swing out to me, because I was raised in swing out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I came to Houston, then it was the two-step thing. I'm like, well, hey, I mean, it's cool. It ain't my thing, at the time. But then as I stayed longer, I started respecting the dance, especially when I seen people do it in the caliber that I like Ken Sharp. So I was like, okay, I like how he's smooth. He ain't sweating and doing all the extra stuff. So then it became one of those things where I would travel. I started traveling, and I went to North Carolina to do a workshop, Charlotte. I had a class. I had like 60-some people in the class, big class, and they enjoyed it. They was, pat me on my back, great job, woo woo. This older lady came up to me. She said, "So what else do you teach?" And I said, "Swing out." She said, "That's it?" But when she said that's it, it wasn't like, "Oh, that's it." She was like, "That's it?" So then that made me have to say, there's different regions of dance going on. And I felt like I wanted to be that person that connect them, where if you do this, you do ballroom, you do this and that. And I started traveling more and seeing that. So when I came up with the Urban Dance-a-thon, because it's an urban dance, and I wanted to be about dancing whatever dance you do. Now, I didn't want it to be award ceremony, so I wanted to be where at 10 o'clock, like, you do your eating and chilling, but at from 10 to 2, it's straight dancing. So now, when you come to the Urban Dance-a-thon, it's the dance. It's a dance-a-thon. So you dance from 10 to 2. It may have started at 8. The doors open at 7. 8, your 8 dinner was served at 8:45. Chilling, but 10 o'clock. So you're not gonna have a bunch of announcements and showcases and all that.
Right.
It's about it. Now Friday night, I'm gonna give you a little bit of that because I want you to see the instructors who's gonna be teaching the workshop. So I may do a showcase for a minute, 45 seconds, something like that, just to let you see who's out there. But otherwise, it's about dancing.
Okay.
And then we do the barbecue, and that's when it really was successful when I brought the Zydeco into it. So the barbecue was outside. The Zydeco is kind of like a country western thing, urban country western thing. And Ron and them did a great job. Ron and Shelley did a great job teaching it. And I had people from North Carolina and Florida who was like,
Oh, wow.
they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So they were looking forward to this year that, didn't have, but.
I know.
Hey.
Oh, and that I've talked to several people, that's in entertainment, which I consider dance, entertainment, all that. Things that they had to cancel. Althea Renee was going to have her first huge festival outside on the Riverwalk, and so she had to just finally cancel. I had to cancel an event I was going to have. How did you feel about? Did it take you? Was it a tough decision, or did you know it was a decision that you had to make as far as postponing, canceling?
It was tough because we didn't know how far this was going to go. So I didn't want to jump the gun and boom, and it's like, okay, everything's back open again and this and that. But I will say, once I made the decision, people understood. And I sent out apologies and this and that, and I also sent out a thing. I can't speak for nobody else, but me, my crew, that's the cast distinguished perfect gentleman out there in Dallas. We just said, let's go ahead and cancel it. And I'm giving people their money back. Oh. If you want to keep your money for, you want us to hold on to your ticket or money for next year, cool. But I'm giving your money back. I heard the other events, you're not giving your money back.
I know.
And I kind of feel like maybe that's, I understand it's hard to give all your money back due to the fact you still had to pay in deposits and stuff like that.
Right.
Some of them not going to work with you the same way. But I went on and gave everybody money back. I'd rather my name be in good standing with people than be like, he's shady. He took that money.
And that's the other thing. I had a Zydeco cruise. I have my Zydeco cruise every year. So that was supposed to be in October. And so I decided to cancel it. My mama did not want to, she didn't want to cancel it, but I wanted to. So I waited, and one of our swing out persons, her name is Ashley, but anyway, she called me one night at 11 o'clock. So it must have really been on her mind. And she was like, Trina, I don't want to go on the cruise. Do I have to finish paying? But anyway, so when she said, I said, oh, thank you for saying something. So now I can say somebody brought it up. Long story short, that's what I did. I decided to give them their money back because we're going to move it, but we're moving it to a time that I don't know if those people are going to want to go when I move it. So I've decided, we called Carnival, we canceled it. They're giving, matter of fact, the money came back today. So we're going to give those people their money back. So,
I had bought 2 tickets to your event. I'm on a different name. It's going to be a name you don't recognize. That's me. I got 2 tickets for your event.
Oh, you so silly.
Refund me that.
I already had the people send me their cash app. You didn't send me your cash app. But yeah, now what I did do is because we did pay deposits. So usually your $200 deposit is not refundable. So I'm giving them all that back too, except for $50 money that we paid to the people, but everybody understood. Except somebody that only paid $50, but she got but whatever. But I gave everybody everything because I wanted to do that. Because again, just like with your urban dance-a-thon, they may have been able to go this year, but what if next year that something comes up they can't go? Then you got to deal with that. So anyway,
here's the problem I had with them. Some people move theirs, right? So this is just me speaking. If I have my event, I'm gonna make up a date. If I have my event in April and I moved it to November the 1st. But somebody else has an event going on November the 1st. And that person, Janet, bought a ticket for November 1st event and for the April event. And now you move your date. You making her have to choose which one she want to go to. And I think that's not fair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I just went on and say, take a loss. And I've been to promote it more for next year. I got people saying they can't. I got people already saying, I got a big following in Florida, Alabama. And they saying, we ready for the Urban Dance Thon, right? Keep my money.
Yeah, and then people are going to be so ready too. That's how I'm thinking. Like even with my cruise, I was telling my mom, I was like, you know what? People are going to be so ready once this is finally passes. And then I don't want to run the risk of somebody getting sick under my watch. That's the other thing. And like what you said, I thought about my reputation. I thought about, you know what? Let me just do it this way because I don't want to hold nobody's money. If they get it back, they already know that they can trust me. But this to me makes them even more so know what kind of person I am. Support. You and I talk about this for years. We have talked about support. What is but I saw somebody on Facebook one day say, y'all always saying people don't support you, people don't support you. But what does support mean? You say I want support. What would you be saying? What is support? Coming to every single one of your events?
No, support comes in many different ways. I have people that support me from out of state that can't come to a single event, but they can support me by saying, hey, my partner is out there doing big things, check him out. That's support. The word of mouth. Like, man, you hear about Trina Cruz? You need to go there. I can't make it. So, but I'm telling people about your stuff. That's support.
That's support.
Support comes in different fashions. And so I've been blessed to have support from people, which always is like, you hear rappers say it, or entertainers, or even just the people, you really don't get the support from your hometown.
Yes,
it's outside your hometown. Until you get somewhere up here, then the people in your hometown be like, oh, yeah, that's my people. But when I was struggling, you wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed to have a good family, like my Smooth Flavor family. It's a lot of people who come through me dancing. And when I have something, they may not be around on time, but when I have something like a reunion or an anniversary or something, they slide.
Definitely.
I have people, I've been blessed, like I said, to move around the country. So I have people from different places that'll come support things I do. Now I don't see them on a regular basis, but I may have, oh wow, okay, you here? Wow, okay,
right. Yeah.
Or I may put a video up, and next thing you know, somebody shared it. That's support too.
Right.
So like I said, it doesn't have to actually be money, right? But it can be just, speaking
just
good.
Those little things. Okay.
It can be speaking good on somebody's name.
You don't get your support from this. You get it from outside of that, which is, it makes me sad, but I guess you moved on past that.
It doesn't make me sad. Really, I would have an event, and people in Houston, and I hope they're watching this, because if it hits them, if it feel like it's them, then that's good. If it's not them, then they ain't got to worry about it.
Right, that's true.
I would have an event in Houston, and people in Houston would come to my event, not for me, to see the people that I was bringing from Dallas and other places.
I can see that.
My third graduation, I was the first person to do a swing out graduation at the Crown Plaza.
Okay.
Cap and gown. First person to do the cap and gown. I had over 500 people there. Wow. Dallas came thick, but they didn't realize I used to live in Dallas.
Yeah.
So Dallas was supporting the dance. But the people in Houston, who I really didn't even know like that, came. But they wasn't coming from me, and I understood that.
Yeah.
They came to meet the people that was coming from Dallas and Austin and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And which is cool. Yeah. Because my whole saying is, you can use me, don't misuse me.
Say it one more time. You
can use me, but don't misuse me.
Oh.
Everybody uses everybody.
That's
it's
true.
When it's being misused. And
that is the difference. Yeah. It gets tough.
Huh?
It gets tough. It gets tough.
I made the connection because a lot of people has come through. Tim was the first teacher to come through Houston that stayed there and lived there. And then I think Ashley did a little bit. But I was the first one to come and keep it and stay there and made the connection between Dallas and Houston. A lot of people met.
And you were consistent about it.
Right. And they met them through me. They may not say it, but I see people like, oh, that's my home. You didn't know these people until they came for me. And they didn't know you until, but I'm the one that made that connection. It's a lot of things I know I've done. And I don't say nothing about it. I'm talking on your show about this. Because like I said, I was there at your graduation with Tim back when I was still living in Fort Worth, and Rock was there, and Joy, and a few other people. Matter of fact, he had a graduation one time. It was nothing but women. All women.
It was a lot of that.
And then he had that was at
Melody?
No, way before that. That was at McGregor. Then he had one on the north side one time.
At Divas?
Huh?
At Divas? Oh, no. Go ahead.
Off Homestead, somewhere back up in there.
Mm.
He had a graduation there. Me, Big Smooth, Twinkle Toes, they call him the name Abram, and one other person came down, Mickey. We came down from Fort Worth, and that's when he had some men.
Blue Ocean.
And so, there we go. I was at that graduation.
I was trying to think, what is it? Blue Ocean, yeah. See, that's when I laughed because I was supposed to be in that graduation, but I told it on my other video that I was in the class and Tim hollered at me one time. That was it. I was gone. We cool now, but I was and Brenda, I'm not coming back because he hollered at me. Don't nobody be hollering at me. I eventually went back and graduated. But while we're talking about graduations, let's talk about that. We've talked about this before too, as well. I've heard it said that, well, you know what, a lot of people don't have graduations anymore. And I thought it was an awesome thing to have. And what I heard that I feel differently is that they don't like graduation because it gives students a false sense of completion, which I disagree with. I think you and I agreed. What do you think about that?
I'm with you on that. Graduations are awesome because a graduation is not for seasoned dancers. When you graduated from high school, did it give you a false sense of how much you know? Then you went on to college. Even when people that graduate from college, then they go get their master's, then they get their PhD. So yes. Graduation on that certificate, all it's gonna say is beginner.
Right.
Or maybe
exactly.
Not giving you no false sense. That's you thinking that. Because I know people that be in people's classes and think they live and they're not that live.
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with that. What it did for the people that I graduated, it made them feel special for their families and friends. And to watch them do something. Because reason why we went to the cap and gown, it was people that told me they had never graduated before.
Yes.
They never.
That's what I thought was awesome about that. Yeah.
So I did that for the people. And I got people that was in my class that were intelligent. I mean, they just never walked across the stage. They never had the cap and gown. So I said, let's do something different. It's a graduation. And that's when we changed our name to Smooth Flava University. Remember, it used to be Smooth Flava?
Yeah, I remember that.
We went to Smooth Flava University because it was like a school. And they loved it. But what happens is once you graduate, like with me, you have to graduate from the male side and the female side to become an instructor. You got people that graduate and become an instructor. Like, you can't be an instructor if you can't teach both sides. To me, that's my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree with that because I've said that several times to people that when I graduated, and I know I wasn't great. I graduated with my basics, and they turned me into an instructor. But I knew, and I don't have that issue to say, you know what, this is not my thing. You know, I shouldn't be teaching because that was my issue. I'd watch people and say, I'm responsible for what they put on this dance floor, right? I couldn't do that with a good feeling. So that's when I decided, okay, my niche is something else.
That was a business move. Smart business, just too quick. Tim was a great businessman. The business of the dance, how I'm going to graduate, then put these people in clubs, so we can have swing out going all around was great. But you should let it blossom. You should let the flower blossom before you just threw it out there. So you had people teaching and really didn't know much. So then, and you got to realize, swing out teachers are like preachers. You know, you got some people, you better not say nothing bad about their preacher. You go out there, preacher is molesting kids.
Trust me, I know.
So with some of these swing out, because you know when I first got there, they talk bad about me. He think he know what he's talking about. I think I know what I'm talking about because I know how to do the dance. You remember Houston didn't know how to start off? Houston went up to Dallas and couldn't dance with nobody.
I know I was one of them. Me, Reg and Ron said the same thing. They went and they was like, oh, Jennifer and Jennifer, when they said Jennifer could because she could follow. I was lost. And Ron and Red said the same thing. Oh, Lord, we got to go back and do some to work some more. So, yeah.
So when that happened, and Marcus came to me one time, that's when he was at your club, Divas. He was doing the work, so he said, man, could you show my people how to start off? But see, at first, I was the villain because I was saying that wasn't right. Instead of looking at like, I must just say, if more than one person telling you the same thing, you need to check yourself. So instead of looking at like, you know what, maybe I'm wrong, let me see what LaDell talking about. I was willing to help everybody because I want the dance to grow. It wasn't about me. And see, I tell people all the time, swing out, the big picture is It's not about how many people you have in your class. That's cool. But the big picture is when you throw an event and the more people that can dance can come to your event, that's when you make your money. So stop trying to be worried about people going to different classes. As long as they go learn how to dance, then that's cool.
Bingo.
So,
and that's the thing. Like I was, so when I did Houston Bio, that was one of the reasons I wanted them to tell their story. Because I'm not saying nobody's story is wrong, but I like people to. I don't like history to be erased. Right. You know, it's okay to have new people. That's awesome. But we need to. My goal with, you know, I want to do chat with Trina, but I also never will forget dancing. Dancing is my love. That's gonna be number one on me. And so I always wanted to make sure I did that. But I wanted to make sure that these people, that you guys have an opportunity to tell about you, not just dance, but your life, but also that part. That Houston Bio played a huge part in this thing. Smooth Flavor played a huge part.
They played a big part. Let me tell you how big of a part they played. They did some stuff that nobody does today, where they would take a class over here, over there, and put one big graduation together.
Absolutely.
And it was nice, very nice. Just something happened between them, and I can understand, you know, it's kind of like me and you in a group, and we got two other people. Perfect example, New Edition. And I'm not in Houston Bayou, but somebody rap, and somebody Bobby Brown, and somebody somebody is Ricky and Ronnie and Mike. We be saying we splitting this money, but I'm doing all the singing. So that's where the issue came in, because they feel like they're a group, but not everybody's bringing the same thing to the table.
Yeah.
You sold 20 tickets and I sold 100 tickets, but I got to split the 100 tickets that I sold with your 20 tickets.
Don't forget about David Ruffin.
Yeah. So with that being said, somebody say, you know what? I need to be David Ruffin and the Temptations. I'm just gonna go solo. And so everybody's still going their own way. It's funny, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
I'm gonna tell you, it also has a lot to do with it that we don't bring up. But he did put his hand on it. Rodney.
Oh yeah.
Rodney has a lot to do with Swing Out Being, because I mean, on the cool, Rodney dances.
Absolutely. Him and Dazzling, Danetta, whatever her name was.
Yeah, he be tripping when he tripping. Sliding. But when he danced, it had to do with his attitude and what he do off the dance floor. That boy can dance.
He can dance, and smooth, as you say, smooth. Yeah. I will say this. That was another point that I bring up, is that people can get mad, whatever, but back when I first started, you know, the class was 3 months, which was too short. So then they moved it to 6 months. But if you're not teaching them anything else, quote unquote, or if you don't teach more than the basic, if you're not teaching them the opposite side from female to male, you need to let them go. You need to let them go. Because when you went to, they sent us to Rodney and then Rock.
3 months is not enough time for the average person.
Right.
For the average person. Some people can get it 3 months. I used to do my graduations every 6 months. Then I went to doing a graduation once a year.
Okay.
So that means you have to go through my entire class, which takes 6 months, twice. You should have it by the second time you go.
See, I probably would have had
it. With that being said, nowadays, I'm not gonna say nowadays people are teaching you, the average teacher is teaching you how to dance, lead, and follow. Back when y'all were coming up, and
the steps,
they were just teaching you a routine. They taught you a routine to get ready to graduate.
Steps.
They taught routines. I'm telling you, I'm not saying where you went.
To the top of the dance.
Listen what I'm saying, Miss Young Lady.
Okay.
If some people out there learned a routine.
Oh, that was just it.
That was it. And then when it came time to dance somebody, if you ain't doing that routine, they can't dance. Because they know the routine. And that happened to me. I went to Tony Anderson out there in Killeen. For a graduation had. And these people put on a showcase. I'm not gonna say where they from because that'll give it away. Yeah. But they was killing it. It was like, ooh, wow. I'm about to dance with her right there, and I'm going to dance with her next. Got out there, and they could not dance because they didn't know how to follow. They knew the routine. So I said people were teaching routines just to graduate and look good. But then you got there dancing, they don't know how to follow you.
Yeah.
And he don't know how to lead you. He only know how to do that routine.
And that was my thing. When I say that I knew that teaching wasn't for me, is because I'll never forget we were at Divas and I was teaching, we were teaching the step 2, I think, whatever it was. The 2 people that I was working with, they couldn't get it. So I wanted to keep working with them till they got it. And I was told, no, you gotta go. And I knew then I can't do this because y'all gonna push them on to the next step and they have no idea, they can't even get this part. Why you can't just let me teach them over here by myself and then let them catch up later? I knew then it ain't me. Not saying that I was gonna be able to do a great job as a teacher either, but that bothered me because sometimes I think that may be some of the problems or issues that happen on the dance floor later because they didn't learn. They were just.
That's true.
You know? So we do agree at the same time that graduation is not a sign, it's not a false sense of completion. It's I've done this part and I'm showing my family and friends what I'm out here. I'm gone from 2 hours once or twice a week. This is what I've been doing so I can show y'all. Now, if I still want to dance, I can either go, my teacher's gonna teach me the other side, or I can go to another class like I did. I went to some advanced classes or whatever, back then when I could move. Let's see. So we've talked about support. It was something else. You said something, graduation, DJ. When did you start being DJ Smooth Flavor?
I've never been DJ Smooth Flavor. People just would say that.
DJ SF?
Headr.
DJ Headr?
So nobody, because that means nobody will have that name.
But they sure won't. They won't have that name. DJ Head.
Somebody got that name. Okay. You can go look up different name when you want to, put an LLC next to it or copyright. There's no Headr out there. I'm the only Headr.
Wow. Okay. I never thought about that.
So I started DJing in 2010, and it was all because of the music I would play in class, and then I would go. I was at this one place, and I would bring my speakers and all that. So the person said, "Could you DJ a party for me? My mother's turning 50, and stuff like that. And this is the kind of music we want to play." And I just okay, cool. So 2010, and Woodstay was my mentor on that. I had 2. First one is Champagne Husband, DJ K Smooth. Because when we used to have classes back then, I used to be behind in the DJ booth watching him do his thing. He would hear some music, so I like music. I know what to play. Yeah. And then that's one thing I say. I don't want a DJ. I don't want a person DJing a swing out event if they don't swing out. Me, that's just me.
I get you. Which is interesting because swing out does have that now, huh?
Like if I was a Chicago stepper, I wouldn't want nobody DJing my party who does not step. I want you to know the music we like, not just okay. I know what y'all like. I want you to be like, I like dancing to this. I like doing this. That's why I think the DJs that are better DJs are the ones that actually do the dance.
Because they know the music to play.
Right, because they know what they like and they know what. Oh, this is that song to get everybody. So compared to like, I've had DJs say, "Man, give me some swing out music." They don't swing out. I just need some swing out music because I'm about to do this party, and they don't realize you have swing out music. You just don't know what it is. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been DJing since 2010.
I know that your group bought you some equipment, right? One of your birthdays or something? Didn't your group buy you some equipment for your birthday or something?
No.
Why I think they gave you all this? I don't know why I thought I saw that. What did they give you?
I got one of these. I got when Demetrius and them graduated, they gave me a coupon for Southwest for $750 or something like that. Every graduation they would give me a present, and it would be something. But my DJ equipment came from me buying it, and then make sure the feds ain't on watching this, huh?
The feds ain't watching.
One time my house got broken into, my apartment got broken into, and they stole some stuff. And just so happened they stole some very expensive DJ equipment I did not have. So I just replaced it with the check that they gave me for the DJ equipment that I had that I did not
you know,
have.
it took me a minute to figure out what you said. What? Okay, I get it. See this blonde hair. Okay, well, but I know that when it comes to support, I will say that you've always had a really good, your classes, your students, the people that followed you here in Houston. I don't know about the other people, but they always supported you. They still support you, just like you said, when you have something, even when Chicago Stephen came on, a lot of them kind of went that way. They were still at your, because I came to the Urban Dance-a-thon that was at, what is that place called? The studio, yeah. And they all come back, and I always think that's really nice. Have any of them been up there to see you yet?
Yeah. Trina, Eureka.
I figured Eureka had been there.
Janet.
Eureka.
Janet is a two-stepper that is with full motion.
Okay.
Dark skin, short hair.
No,
she's with Jay.
Okay, I don't get out that much no more.
Gotcha. That's about it.
Okay.
Some people from Dallas have come. A young lady named Kim out of Austin.
Kim Morgan.
Yeah,
Kim Morgan.
She lives out here now.
Okay. Because y'all did a video.
Right.
That was cool. How did that come about? How did y'all?
She called me and said, "Hey, LaDell, I'm gonna be your dance partner." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
Honey used to make this comment. She said, "Once LaDell dance with you on YouTube, you become famous." And I was like, "Nah," because a lot of people I've danced with, and we put the video on YouTube, was famous before me. It was just more like a famous video. And Marvin Gaye, and anybody that I dance with gets the spot, because it's about spotlighting them. Yeah. So it's not that we're making them famous. It's just the idea they was famous. It's LaDell. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. So do you teach your students to adjust, your male students to adjust to women's level, the person they're dancing with level of dance?
Yes. Every dance you have is a new relationship. You can't go into one relationship off the other relationship. It's a new thing. So whenever I tell them, when you dance somebody, fill them out, see what they do. And the biggest fill out to me is the start off. How you start off lets me know where your dance is at.
No, because I can't start good, but I can dance.
To me, when it comes to out, how you start off is let me know where your dance at. So if you don't start off well, I know some of these things, because it's a part of the start off, that you won't do that well. So it's not that you can't dance. It just lets me know where your level of dancing is at to me. I get in the car, I'm going to push the brakes. Not to say this car ain't good, but I'm going to see how, if the brakes is, how you jump, or I'm going to test it out when I'm starting the car off. And then from there, I know how to drive. Now, I'm not saying the car ain't going to drive. Just, you got to be light on your foot.
Okay. Okay, time out. Pump the brakes. I got to tell you this story real fast. You talking about testing brakes. My daddy, it's an ongoing joke. So my daddy, he had a Cadillac Seville, I think. But dude had to, he wanted to test his brakes at the weirdest freaking times. We'd be jumping home. All of a sudden you do it. Oh, I'm just testing my brakes. Just it's an ongoing, all the time. Like, why are you testing today? But he did it so much, LaDell, my friends, they would say, your daddy still be testing his brakes. That's what that made me think of. Oh my God, my sister's got to see this video so she can laugh. So adjusting to the level, but what about size? So I'll dance with somebody and they've been dancing with all these people. Size.
I do. Size? Okay.
Because I'm little. And I've seen people, when you get out there, you can't hear me?
When you get little?
Whatever. I'm 3 digits now, I know. But anyway, but sometimes men get out there and they throwing you all over here. So I tell them, I say, look here, I know you were dancing with big girl, but you got to adjust to my size. Do you think about that or no?
Like I said, every dance I do with a young lady is a new relationship. Okay. So I'm going to fill her out. Okay. Some leads I have to put a little bit more on it because she's not feeling my lead. And some leads I don't have to do nothing at all. I can dance with one finger because you feel everything. So that has nothing to do with the size. That has something to do with how well she's followed. And so what I think, they were used to dance with somebody who didn't follow well, so they're trying to pull you through it. Instead of just, I was taught, I'm inviting you to do the move. I'm not making you do a move.
Yeah.
I'm inviting you to do the move. I'm leading you through the move, not forcing you through the move.
To do the move.
If you don't get it, you just don't get it. I abort the mission.
So do you ever tell ladies no? Anyone ask you to dance? Do you ever say no?
I can't recall the last time I told somebody no.
So you have.
No, I can't recall.
Oh, you said I can't recall the last time. You mean you can't recall?
I can't recall. Me telling somebody no would be more like, I'm really thinking hard for real, because I don't really say no. It's more like, can I get you next? Because I promised her already, this young lady right here. Because your girl Demetrius is she's a thug. I can be giving it. You ask somebody to dance, she come just grab me. Oh man, come on. So what I mean by that, I don't tell nobody no, but I may be like, can I get you the next one? It's been time I'm walking, I can change my shoes and I'm walking out, and somebody asks me to dance, and I say, you know what?
I'm walking out the door.
And I put my foot down, and I still go dance to that person real quick. So I mean, I just don't recall me telling somebody no.
Okay.
You call me saying, nah, I'm not gonna go home with you, but I'm joking.
No, you're not.
I didn't know
you didn't throw me way off my game. Now my question. So if someone tells you no, what do you do? How do you?
I've been told no a lot.
Okay. And you still, if they come back another time, would you dance with them?
Yeah, only because of my status. I can't take it personal. But I get told no before I even get there. Like right now, you can see me and I can see you, right? I'm walking towards you. No, matter of fact, switched it. Act like you're walking toward me and I'm looking at you.
I do that. Guilty.
So I've been told no a lot of times.
What you do, just turn around and go this way?
They start doing stuff, and I'm like, come on now.
What you do though? You just turn around and retreat?
No, sometimes the one that's next to him, I just asked that one. Or it's been time I've been asked, would you like to dance? No, my feet hurt. Okay, cool. I don't go back. And then, especially when they didn't know me, and then once I became, okay, that's LaDell, the instructor, now they telling me no because they think I'm going to do too much. That means they really don't know me. Because you know me, I don't be doing
right.
I don't be doing all this stuff.
Right.
It's a few people that I mess around with, and because they want me to challenge them, like Eureka and Demetrius. But most of the time, I'm just dancing. It's like I ain't doing all that.
Right.
I don't want to switch. I'm Morris Day. When I'm on the dance floor, I am Morris Day. I'm too cool to be doing all that.
I would never see that in you. That you don't want to sweat. That you wouldn't want to sweat.
Have you ever seen me sweating?
No, I haven't, but I never thought about it like that till you said it.
I'm cool. I'm gonna work.
You chilling.
You gonna do a lot of work, but I ain't gonna do nothing.
All these years that they had ISDC, I didn't go. But you told me last year, I don't know why we were talking, but we were on the phone, and you told me, Trina, this was so awesome. ISDC was cool. You were telling about all the people that came, which really pumped me up to want to go this year. But you know what happened with COVID? Is it COVID? Yeah, COVID. So how long have you been a judge for ISDC?
6, 7 years, something like that.
Okay.
How long have you been going? Let me see. I'm gonna say 6. But the first 2 or 3, I wasn't there because I was asked. Somebody asked about me, and somebody gave a false representation of me because the person who asked at the time, Black people, what we do, we get mad at somebody, and once we get mad, we gon' regardless if it's my fault or their fault, I'm gonna try to sabotage you.
Yeah.
And
trust me, I'm
gonna leave it there on that. But the same thing is, I started. LaDell Headr the 2nd, October 29th, my date of birth. I got to the party and I did the smirk. So I started Distinguished Gentleman.
You did. You did.
Me, Ed, Alexis. Remember Lexus? I may be saying this wrong. Alex.
Alexo?
Yeah, Alexo.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So this is when they had Brenda and what's
Lucy?
Brenda and Lucy had that Alabansi, whatever that street was on the north side.
Yeah. Off Antoine.
So, on Antoine. They had that building. We was there one night. I said, I should be a part of Distinguished Gentlemen in Forward. I brought it here and said, hey, let's do this. I called my boy Mickey, who was the president. He said, go ahead. So now that's why I make sure you put up Houston. I brought John in. John brought Luther in. We wanted to have an odd number. So when we vote, so me, John,
Luther,
Ed, Alexio, 5. Alexio went to Afghanistan or somewhere. So it's 4. We brought in, I think, John Calhoun. But the word was that I did not start it. Lucy started it because I was at the event and I told Lucy about what I wanted to do. I told Lucy what I wanted to do. And so I guess she kind of mentioned it to John Scott. John apologized to me after. But I started that and it grew, it was growing. Remember how we was having our own parties?
Yeah.
Now, this is show you how things work out. Is Smooth Flava still around? Is Distinguished Gentleman around? We got into it about who started it and all that. I said, you know what?
Y'all can have
it.
Yeah.
Y'all can have it. The same people who was running their mouth and all that, so y'all have it. Then next thing you know, John was like, hey, LaDell, you can do your Hip Saturdays at my event. That's when he had the G Lounge. And I was doing my event at the G Lounge even when there was no Distinguished Gentleman no more. When I walked away, I really didn't walk away. I let them have that and focus more on Smooth Flava. And so when I did that, and I said, you know what, y'all can have that, I'm going to focus more on this because I told Ed, if you ever talk to Ed, he'll tell you. I said, everybody want to put my name on Distinguished Gentleman because people in the Houston area are going to be saying, he doing too much, he doing this, he doing that. But you don't say that about Puff or Master P. Puff came out with the label, then he came out with the clothes, then he came out with the alcohol. You like, that man doing it. So when I was doing that, you didn't want to give me those props. So it's cool. But then I'm still here, and that's not there no more. And like I said, I to this day, only person that apologized to me was John
Scott.
John Scott. That was the only one because the other ones, they became a part of this and they thought it was there. They don't realize I started that. I brought it from Forward. And I started like maybe 2008, something like that, 2008, 2009 when I started it. And it's like, come on, man, y'all got to do y'all history before y'all start just thinking that. I remember somebody made this comment one time on Facebook. This young man was the first person to do swing out in Louisiana, in Atlanta. And I didn't go on Facebook and be like, you tripping. I inboxed him and say, check this out, man. I did it back in this day because it was me and Yolanda Scott came out here and did a workshop. And he said, oh, my bad. Said, wasn't trying to get the publicity of I did it because I didn't never say nothing to nobody else. I just want him to get the history right.
I think we talked about this before.
Right. Who's the first person? Like, I'm the first person to put swing out in Pensacola, Florida.
Because you do that every year.
Over 10.
And I think I brought up that you did. I remember someone not too long ago was saying that why don't we teach swing out to colleges, blah, blah. And so I brought up, I think I posted back that you taught at Prairie View. Was it Prairie View? Prairie View. Mr. Lee and them taught at TSU. And not saying that, and it's not for me about saying that we can't do it again. Yes, you definitely can, but always don't erase history. And what happens is when you say nobody ever did that, somebody need to say, oh, well, Mr. Lee actually did that. You should talk to him and make the connection and see what he did, and you can start from where he stopped. That's all obvious. You see what I'm saying? Versus just erasing history or erasing what people have done or the progress that someone, oh, we never did this or we never had that. Don't say that, because I feel like that takes away somebody's hard work and their, in my mind.
True.
So just
and who's the first person to teach swing out in Houston?
Who? Mr. Lee.
Who?
Mr. Lee?
No, DFW swing out.
I have no idea.
Jerry Palmer.
No, I did not know that.
He used to come down here. Jerry has traveled these little surrounding areas teaching.
Interesting.
Lee, when I was in Fort Worth, Lee used to come to Fort Worth to Champaign class. That's how he knew how to swing out. Now, I'm not saying she taught him, but he used to be in the class, and he would be in there helping me. Like, I get the men, and I caught the move. He was there. And I used to dance with his girl, Deborah, all the time. Yeah. I met them in Fort Worth, so when I moved here, when I moved to Houston, I already knew them.
I already knew them. Because I know that I've heard the stories that they used to go down there.
Oh, they used to be up there all the time.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're coming to an end. That was a good conversation. I almost hate for it to end, but I gotta ask you nothing. I ain't cooking tonight. I don't like to cook.
Black City. I don't actually live in Atlanta. I live in the little suburbs of Atlanta, a town called Snellville, which is right next door to Stone Mountain. So it's Atlanta, Decatur, Stone Mountain, then me. So I like living Cape to Houston.
Oh, okay. Like Fort Worth and Dallas.
Richmond or Rosenberg to Houston.
Okay. So is it okay down there?
Yeah, it's no racial tension here because it ain't nothing but problems. You ever been to Chick-fil-A and ain't nothing but black people in there?
And then what?
Have you ever been to Chick-fil-A and there's nothing but black people working there?
No.
That's how it is. I'm like, man. Nothing but blacks.
That's crazy. So I am starting a new show on Chat with Trina. I have a sister circle. I haven't done one in a while. I only did the one that I did. I got to do another one. But I'm also having what I'm going to call my man cave. And with these shows, of course, we're going to talk questions and conversations about from the man's point of view, because men always say, oh, women bash and blah, blah. So I take the questions I get from the sister circle or questions I may have or questions that people send me, and I'll use this man cave for that. And so just as an example to my viewers of what this is about, I think I mentioned to you that I was going to ask you a question or two. If the question is something that you don't want to answer, you can say, I'd rather not answer.
Okay.
Don't have that in your vocabulary. Dancing and relationships. How do you feel about people getting together in the dance? Like if they meet each other in class and they start dating, how do you feel about that? Huh?
Nothing wrong with it.
What about teachers and their students?
Nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Did you ever interfere?
Wait. So there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to make sure you handle it right. Reason being, students getting together in my class is like students getting together when they went to college. What's the difference? Students getting together when they at church. I mean, not students, but people being at a church and you meet somebody. What's the difference? There's no difference. We put so much on it. Now, the key thing is once you do that, you're going to be in a magnifying glass because everybody knows y'all. So can you handle it? Now, teacher and student, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the idea you're going to be in a magnifying glass again because when you break up, if you break up, then everybody's going to say, oh, you got to realize as a fisherman, you're going to catch, you probably going to have your favorite place you go fish at. That's where you catch your fish at. So as a man, if I were to be going to a nightclub all the time and I meet somebody at that nightclub, then this is where I met this woman at the nightclub. When we break up, I'm supposed to not go back to the nightclub no more? I'm gonna go there again. So
and get you another fish. I'm just joking.
Well, I'm being real. You got dudes that date strippers. Where you think they met the stripper at? At the strip club, more than likely. So when he's not with her no more and they break up, he's back at the strip club. He may meet somebody else.
Yeah.
We got to be an adult and stop putting so much like, hey, you know, if I'm a man,
yeah,
why am I worried about who that man is messing with over there? Is it my woman? If it ain't my woman, why am I tripping? If it is my woman, if my woman's entertaining him, then I check my woman, ain't the dude. So that's all I'm saying. You know, you got people that's in the dance community that meet each other and fall in love. I know
and get married.
And get married and have a child. And one was from my class, and he didn't meet her in my class. He met her in somebody else's class, and she your homegirl. I ain't gonna say her name.
Yeah.
But they love each other. Got a child together.
Oh, yes.
So is that bad? Two people.
Not at all.
People meeting? Not at all. Then I know an instructor who met a young lady in class and got married. Now they're not married to this day, but I don't think it had nothing to do with that. It just all I'm saying, it didn't work out. Yeah. But what would be the difference? That me working at McDonald's, you come in and get some coffee. Hey, how you doing? I slip you my number. Now you like you dating a dude from McDonald's. I mean,
I think it's awesome, to be honest with you, because people come out for recreation and socializing as well as the exercise. So you're bound, and then most people are there all the time. When you start dancing, you in that circle all the time. So sometimes people say, well, I don't want to date anybody in the pair because what if we break up? But that's something that you have to deal with. That's hard, but
If you're thinking, what if we break up? Because that's the case. I don't want to date nobody at Walmart because once we break up, I can't go to Walmart no more.
You and these analogies.
I'm just saying, I'm going to keep it 100 real.
Yeah.
And people don't understand life is chances you're going to take.
It is.
You know?
That's true. And you win some and you lose some. Have you ever ghosted a woman?
Okay. You know what? Somebody said that to me before. I don't even know what ghosted means.
You shut it down and you don't tell her. You just go away. You don't answer calls. You don't answer texts. You just go.
Nah, I'm too much of a player to do that.
What does that mean? What does that even mean, LaDell?
Because I got to tell you how I feel. If you did something that I did not like, I just can't knock. I feel like I'm incomplete. I got to be able to tell you, know what you did? That wasn't cool. Woo woo. I ain't never just like, boom, shut it down. Nah.
Walk away.
And my ego's too, I don't want to say my ego. My demeanor is too much of, I want to see you again. And I want you to see me doing good. So then you can be like, you messed up. So I ain't never done it like that.
When you said someone brought this up to you before, did they say why they would do that?
No, it was a young lady telling me a dude
ghosted her.
And I'm like, what is ghost? Stood you up?
Yeah.
No. Because, you know, I'm old. I say stand up. I don't know about ghosting. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I just never heard from them. I'm like, well, he the dummy.
Yeah.
For me to ghost somebody, I guess that means they did something to me I didn't like. So
an older gentleman told me one time he did it to someone because he felt that it was easier. He said it was easier for her, but it was really easier for him because he said he didn't want her to say something like, well, what was it me? What did I do? I can do better. He just wanted to be done. He felt like that was the way to do it. And then there's no stuff.
I'm about to share something with the rest of the world.
What's that?
This woman never hear. 51 years old. I done dated a few women in my lifetime. Never had one woman leave me alone. Except one. I know I said never had one, but one woman left me alone.
You had to remember her.
Yeah, I know it. 2010, July the 10th. And wrote me a letter. Would that be considered ghosting?
No, because she wrote you a letter. There's some closure.
Wrote me a letter and told me she ain't enough woman for me. Never had nothing like that. So I say that to say I didn't even know how it feels to have somebody break up with you. Never had it happen.
Yeah. What did you do? That was uncharted territory. So for you.
No, it was somebody who I met early in like in '93 or something like that, and we ended up hooking up again in 2010. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, I'm gonna settle down and do the boyfriend and girlfriend thing, and everything was cool. She had 3 kids. Basically, this is how I felt. She had 3 kids, 3 different fathers. But the last kid, father was taking care of the last and the middle child. I don't want to tell the whole story. So
right.
I think she wanted to get back with him. Oh. And she didn't know how to tell me, LaDell, I dig you and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to get back with, I'm trying to see if I can make it work with my baby's father.
Gotcha.
And I would have been like, I respect that. That's the point of I can't go.
That's grown folk stuff. Yeah.
But she said that she wasn't enough woman, and she felt like I was messing with somebody else. Now, as player as I am, I didn't have to do that, because I would tell you, any woman that I mess with, I will tell you, hey, this is what I'm doing. Either you with it or you ain't. And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, hey, you know, right now, you know, I got another friend, and you know, we date and we can go out, but you know, I'm not committing myself. So right. That's the point I'm making. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And when I tell you I was hurt, I made it in eat for like maybe a day or 2.
Really? That happens to men?
I think a full day and a half, I didn't want to eat nothing. I don't know. I was hurt.
Was it your ego that was hurt, or was you hurt?
Huh?
Was it your ego hurt, or were you hurt? Like you
everything. Everything was hurt. I was like, I've never had nobody leave me. So yeah. I'm like, dang, well, this is how I be making women feel? It kind of you know, boom, you know, but I was hurt, because I was like, you know, that one you just took to your mother's house. I'm living in Houston. I done drove to Fort Worth with her. I done drove to College Station to see my uncle.
Oh, wow.
I done took her, you know, she meeting all my family there. This is, you know, this is going to be Miss Headr. Mrs. Headr. That's how I'm feeling. But, I mean, when she shut it down, she shut it down.
Wow.
And the key thing, I say the 10th, but it really was the 15th, because I had a reunion. I had a high school reunion to go back to in California, and she was supposed to give me a ride to the airport. And when she broke up with me on that Wednesday, I had to find somebody to give me a ride to the airport, because I was leaving. So I was like, man.
That's crazy. But no, that's not counting. It's not good, but that was not ghosting. Ghosting is you get nothing. And so when we had, so when I talked to a lot of my.
She left me a letter. Might as well.
She might have just walked away. A lot of women deal with that. It's a guy named Derek Jackson, and he does a lot of videos like trying to do with his man cave series. But he talks to women, and some men give him a hard time and say he's giving away the secrets. But he'll come on and talk about, this is why men ghost. This is what you need, you know, that kind of stuff. This is how you know he don't really like you. This is how you know he's not, you know, he gives those kind of videos.
None of that stuff is true. And I only say that because what my reason might be, like Steve Harvey, that stuff he be talking about, that ain't true. That's how you feel, Steve. That ain't how I feel. You my girlfriend right now. Mm-hmm. Just play along. Mm-hmm. If you cheat on me, or if I cheat on you, mm-hmm. and I find out you cheating on me, I can't be mad at you.
But you do. Y'all do.
They do. I'm saying me. That's what I'm different. I met a dude, he told me this. If he cheat on his girlfriend and she catch him, he got to leave her alone, because he can't trust her. He got caught, and he going to quit her because he can't trust her. But if she cheat on him.
That's player.
No, I'm just saying. But if he cheats on him and he catch her, then so she can't win either way it goes.
Either way it goes. That's crazy.
Like so that's what I'm saying. That's not every man. Every man does things different. So you can just say, I know some guys like this. I know if I walked in the house and saw my girl with another dude, I ain't about to beat that dude up. I ain't about to beat her up. I'm about, y'all got to go. That's it.
Both of y'all.
But you kill him. Put him kill. He didn't just fall into the house. So that's all I'm saying. I ain't never act like that. But it's the way you was raised.
So this is the kind. Go ahead. What did you just say?
It's just the way you was raised. I wasn't raised on, man, I get rid of her and give me another one.
Right.
That's it.
So this is what the man cave is going to be like. Sometimes it may be a panel, sometimes it's just one-on-one. It's going to be more of a just conversation, but it's going to be interesting. You know me, I'm always trying to do something else. But that's all I have. Do you have any last minute things to say about dance or anything like that?
To everybody who's watching this, I like everybody. I have no issues with nobody.
Life's too short.
Me harboring any kind of bad feelings ain't gonna get me where I'm trying to go. So if you don't like me, oh well, I'm sorry. Because you mad at me and I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? It's like
and everybody, you can fight and disagree and still get along. LaDell and I fight. People don't even know that we talk on the phone sometimes. We fight, we don't agree, but we still cool. It can be like that. He actually gives pretty good advice sometimes.
First of all, don't be telling everybody we talk on the phone. You saw my game right now. Trina
Somebody
will
out there
call
might
me
be mad. Huh?
So Trina will call me and ask my opinion on some things, and I'll give her my opinion. And that's it. That's it.
What do you think they gonna think?
That you, but if
we talk on the phone, what's that gonna mean?
No, I would just say, you know, people say he don't call me. You know.
Okay, yeah.
Get mad about stuff.
Okay, so he don't call me, y'all. I'll call him. But what I will say, since he gonna do it like that, he'd rather me call him than text. So I'll text and he'll say, well, why you just didn't call me?
Now that's when I'll call you. Hey,
right.
What's up? I don't know the answer.
Why you didn't call me? Yeah.
Get out. Stop trying to find a reason to be mad about stuff. And the glass is always half full to me. It's not half empty. It's always half full. I love everybody in Houston that's teaching swing out. Keep the dance going. Regardless if you're doing however you do it. I don't care. Long as I should tell Marcus this. I don't care what you're teaching them because it doesn't matter. At least they're going to want to come out and dance. And if they want something new, then they'll go somewhere else new. I need everybody that's teaching. Be on my team. I'm on your team.
That's how the dance will continue to grow.
That's how it grows.
We don't have to knock anybody out of the picture to do it. We should everybody get that.
I'm about to hit
your hookah.
Oh, my bad.
Look at you.
I have one, and it ain't never been used. Can you see it?
I see it.
I ain't never
used it. Oh my gosh. How many do you have?
I just have it for entertainment. I have 3, but I only have 2 up here. I just have it for entertainment purposes. So this is the man cave. Let's see if you can kind of get a good look. I'm sitting at the bar.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, that's cool. You got them, is that San Francisco? Yeah, of course.
San Francisco.
And your smooth flavor. But thank you, sir. This has been a great conversation. See you later. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate you.
No problem.
And I will be in Atlanta for the Urban Dance-a-thon.
And say my last name?
Headr.
Say it again.
Headr. LaDell Headr.
No, don't say Headr. Put D-A-D-D-Y in front of it.
Get out of here.
Later.
Bye. See you later.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. LaDell Headr of Smooth Flavor Atlanta, for chatting with Trina tonight. It's always good to talk to you. I love the transparent and honest conversations that we have. Thanks again. Guys, don't forget to go to youtube.com/chatwithtrina, hit subscribe, and then hit that little bell so you can be notified of the new videos as I upload them.